of good people. The evil people will strive, and the life and property of our longer be secured and safe. Please, whoever that is calling me should stop calling. Am I coming out clear?
Very well, sir.
Thank you very much. My fellow Biafrans, as we dream for peace, remember that for us to achieve our aim of having lasting peace in our land, the good men must be ready to commit great violence upon evil men. And that's exactly what we are doing today. All of you that are fighting the terrorists of Nigeria with me, you are the good men. And I want you to understand that you are doing the right thing and you are on the right track. It is only when the good men remain silent that the evil will strive. Today, the Biafra people have chosen not to remain silent. The killings, animosity that the Biafra people have witnessed for many decades is coming to an end. It is not going to come to an end very easily. We have been fighting and fighting since 1967 officially. And today, this is the 20th or 21st of October 2024. We are still fighting. Over 50 years. Israel got independence many years ago, decade ago. Israel is still today fighting for peace. We are surrounded by enemies who doesn't love us. The enemies that hated us, and what did the Britain do? They joined us forcefully together with these enemies who don't like our religion, who don't like our culture, who don't like our ways of life, who don't like anything about us, who mock our dialects, they mock our languages, they mock our name, everything about us they hate. And for that reason, this generation that Simon Ekpa is very proud to be part of have risen up to break the chains and free our older generation that are still alive and the unborn generation that is to come. I repeat again, peace will always remain a dream and can only be achieved when good men and women are ready to commit a great violence upon the evil men. Biafra have agreed and ready, they have been doing that, making sure that a great violence is meted upon the enemy that have been killing us for decades. And this violence is in self-defense. I want you people to understand many things that you don't know about Biafrans. And I'm going to use Igbo-speaking Biafrans for this scenario. While the other people in Nigeria enjoy something in common, conquests by killing and using violent or military strategies. It is only the Biafra people that have demonstrated to be peaceful But in our peacefulness, we remain lions and lionesses that can never be conquered, and the enemy have tried severally and failed. We are no longer fighting to remain Nigerians. The difference is very clear. In the past, Biafrans fought to defend their land against conquest. And I want you to understand that this conquest is not just about the Fulani, Usman Dan Fodio, but there are also the Oyo Empire conquests. They took their sword and armory to other parts of the neighboring African countries because they know that Biafran, the eastern region of the Niger area, is a no-go area. We protected our land with our culture and the gods of our land. That was the weapon we used. Defile everything scientists manufactured things that only the West has the power and the mental capability to manufacture. We refined oil with wood. Today, building oil refinery costs billions of dollars. We refine oil without a refinery. Do you understand the light you carry as a Biafran? When they tell you it is Igbo, it is Igbo, that is the spirit of divide and rule. I am here to tell you today, it is not just about Igbo, but it is about Biafra. It does not matter who gives you the name Biafra. What matters is that everyone who is an indigenous person, habitant in the old eastern Nigeria, is in agreement with the name Biafra. The enemies have used many propaganda in order to poison the mind of our people. What is Biafra? What do you know about Biafra? Who bring the name Biafra? And I'm here to tell you this evening. During the war, the entire people of the old eastern Nigeria that made up Biafra came together, refined oil, build weapons. So when they tell you Igbo, Igbo, so that your head will get big, debunk it. It was not just Igbo, it was the entire Biafra people. Effiong was part of it. Of course, when we begin to talk about the lineage and the origin, everybody come and originated somehow from the Igbo-speaking Biafrans. But that's not where we are going to today. I want you to understand that while these other dangerously diversified groups were expanding their territory by conquest, by killings, maiming, Biafrans that are known to be very peaceful people, even as peaceful as we are, our land, the old eastern Nigeria, was a no-go area. Ask yourself why. Because our forefathers understood the power they possess. The Biafra people historically expanded through gradual migration, moving from their heartland in the old eastern Nigeria to a new area in search of fertile land for farming, water sources, and trade opportunities, while others were coming with horses and chariots and cows to kill, maim, and take over land. Biafrans were merely relocating for trade. The migration was often, not just often, but all the time, very peaceful. We go and we buy land to establish new settlement, which is buying land, building your house as a Biafran. Majority will say the Igbo-speaking part of Biafra. These people that we are all proud of did not just have a centralized military force like the Oyo empires did, which is today they settled in many, many countries in West Africa by invasion. So their expansion was not characterized by large scale of migration. Rather, it was characterized by the scale, welfare, and territorial conquest. Why the Biafra people expansion were not characterized by large scale of welfare and territorial conquest, rather by investment. Biafra community acquired land by negotiating with neighboring groups and establishing mutual beneficial relationship. I want you to understand that when they tell you that Igbos or Biafras are in Kano, in Lagos, I want to address that issue today. The difference. When they tell you you are doing business in Kano, why can't the Fulani come to your land? You have places there, you build a house there. I want to explain it tonight before I actually address the reason for this broadcast, which is the civil disobedience of the Biafra people. In many cases, Biafra settlers would have to integrate with the local population, adopting and influencing cultural practices through peaceful interaction. It is only Biafran that can go to your land and speak your language, embrace your culture, behave like you, just to be peaceful and accommodating. This particular practice attracts sharply with other ethnic group getting envious of our culture and way of life. I want you to understand that it is only the Biafra people that has what we call the land tenure and farming system. It is the most prosperous process and system in land procurement. Practice anywhere in the world, Biafrans have the best structure and system of land tenure. And I will explain it to you. The Biafra people have traditionally practiced communal land ownership, where land was not owned by individual. Are you aware of that? We actually set up what many governments in the world today are practicing. Before the coming of the white man, the people already have a system in Biafra called the land tenure system, where land was not owned by individual but held in trust by the community or extended families. As I'm talking to you today, even with the bastardizing of our culture and way of life, this land tenure system still strongly exists within the Biafra land today. This communal approach allowed for the equitable distribution of land among members of the families. And as the population grew, new settlements were founded to accommodate the expansion of as the family expand. Today, the system of the nomadic of Nigeria terrorist state has bastardized our land tenure system, where the only target of the Nigeria terrorist state is to use the government that was not voted in by the people to grab the land from the Biafra communities. And I am telling you today, this land grabbing is happening only in Biafra territory, not nowhere else. Only in Biafra territory. Do you know why? They used these puppet governors, politicians, to continue to destroy everything that defined the Biafra people. And one of them is the land tenure system, where governor who was not elected by the Biafra people to represent them will be used by the Fulanis to continue to grab land and begin to assign land to people who are aliens without due process, without the approval of the people. I want you to understand how the culture, the peace that we enjoyed, our forefathers enjoyed, have been destroyed. Because land, ownership, and the tenure system was the basic and the base and the foundation of peace in Biafra territory. Today, it has been destroyed by Nigeria system. And that's why as soon as Biafra become an independent state, we fall back to the land tenure system, where the people will be at peace, where you will not go and start killing your fellow brother or your fellow neighbor because of land. The Boundary Commission will go to work to make sure everyone understood the boundary and they know where their boundary ends. But today, what do you get? You will get governor telling you that land has been taken and they are going to use their appointed traditional rulers. Have you ever heard where traditional rulers are being appointed by governors? What is happening? It is happening in Biafra land. This is alien to us. It is only in the Fulani nomadic system that they appoint emir politically. That system they have brought to our land, where ordinarily the oracle of our land, the oracle that protected our land from the external invasion, the oracle that protected our land from the Oyo Empire, the oracle that protected our land from the Usman Danfodio, the oracle that protected our land from the conquest of the British Empire, that oracle was also responsible for appointing who becomes the traditional ruler of each community. Today, tell me anywhere in Biafra land where oracle appointed traditional ruler. Everywhere, our culture has been destroyed by Nigeria state. That's why there are chaotic everywhere. That's why there are crises everywhere. That's why there are insecurity everywhere. Because the land, the spirit and the gods of our land has been destroyed. Maybe not completely destroyed, because a spirit is something that you can destroy. And that particular gods of our land has possessed the entire Biafra liberation and the Biafra agitation today. Where we go to where there are no doors and there will be door. Where we go to where there is no road, there will be road. Where we will go to where others have attempted to go and nobody responded to them, and we go there and they responded to us. Where we go to where there is no road before, where people have struggled, the IPOB criminals, the Nigeria pressure group criminals have tried several times to go. We just went there and come out victoriously, and everybody is happily welcoming us. Where they were chased away, we go there today and they welcome us with love. Oh, why somebody will be calling me, Matthias, stop calling me. Honestly, I want to tell everyone, if you are a Biafra and you are in this agitation, do not call whenever distracting me. Somebody should call Matthias. Need to be blocked.
You need to put your phone on do not disturb mode. Enable do not disturb mode. So that any call that comes in will not interfere with what you're doing.
So, this particular culture that have seen the success that we enjoy today, we are targeted by the Fulani Usman Danfodio oligarchy. That's all. But you know what? We have come to restore it. So, in the pre-colonial era, Biafra land acquisition was largely tied to agricultural need. You don't need any land for anything in Biafra land. You only need land for farming, as farming was cornerstone of the Biafra society. And you know what they do today. That's why they will tell you, do you ever see anybody going to Biafra land to build a house? Do you see any Igbo? No, Igbo don't give people their land. They understand this very well. Have you not heard about it in social media? You know, some of you will be hearing these people lamenting on social media. You do not understand. And then you will be asking them, did you come to build? And we say no. Did you come to buy land? And we say no. You don't understand what their forefathers told them. But we do. The post-colonial expansion in the post-colonial era, Biafra people continue to expand, particularly in urban centers, with the rise of cities and growth of commerce. Many Biafra people migrated to different parts of Nigeria, acquiring land, not coming with AK-47 like you see today, not coming with machete like you see today. They acquired land and property in regions far from their traditional homeland. Unlike in the past, this expansion was driven more by economic opportunity and modernization than by agricultural need. So, when they tell you that Igbos are doing business in Lagos, Igbos are doing business in Kano, and so therefore you have to come to Biafra land, tell them we are not against you coming to Biafra land. But when you come to Rome, you behave like Rome, Romans. When we are in your land, we buy it. We build and develop it. We don't come with AK-47 to cause sorrow to your women and children. The same narrative was told about the blood money rituals. When we were not present in the media, they have used this to sell the narrative. How Igbo people love money. Every person that made money is a ritualist. Today, there is social media. Every blessed day, you will see somebody carrying head of people, cut off their head in the name of money ritual. There has never been one case of money ritual reported in Biafra land for the past 5 years. But every day, every blessed day, you will see in Oyo, you will see in Ogun State, you will see in other part of Yoruba land where people are being killed for rituals. Yet, they were the one controlling the media, telling you how Igbos use their mother and father for money rituals. These were lies that were told, and many believed it. My fellow Biafrans, the Biafra government has come to stay, to restore peace, sanity, and the dignity of the Biafra people. I am very, very happy that I am part of this generation, defiling everything to make our dream and the future a reality. You can see that now they came and pushed one idiot to make a video using Biafra government to make a video of sit at home. And let me tell you, a lot of people have told me, oh, call it off. Announce that it is not, there is no sit at home. The message have gone viral because and only because they have used the Biafra government and Biafra Liberation Army. And they say Biafra government and Biafra Liberation Army is launching armored tanks on the 21st and 22nd. Tomorrow they will tell you, oh, Simon Ekpa want to launch an armored tank on the 22nd. Where is it? We did not announce it. Anything you did not hear from me doesn't exist. But you know what? We have sat back to observe the potency of the Biafra government, and I am overwhelmed. Just by somebody using Biafra government to make a video, look at what it has generated. That is to show you the entire Biafra people are in agreement with anything Biafra government says. Anything Biafra government says, it does not matter from which quarter, from whom it is coming from. Once it is Biafra government, it goes. And because there has been a lot of confusion when we did not address it properly. Because we have a lot of things going on. So we are not going to be addressing every Tom and Jerry that comes on social media. We pick those ones we're going to address. So because it has gone viral, many people, many schools have already changed their schedule for tomorrow, which is the 22nd of October. The Biafra government has resolved to let it be. And what that means is that if you want to stay at home, if you have come across the message, you stay. If you want to go out, you go out. We will announce officially the sit at home that is coming when we are ready. And if they like, they should make another video and say, oh, next tomorrow is another sit at home. We will ignore them. And once Biafrans have responded, we will also keep quiet. They don't know who they are talking with. We know the game they are playing. So this sit at home, a lot of people were calling me, Prime Minister, please announce there is no sit at home, announce this, announce that, oh, this. We will not stop people who want to sit at home. So if you have received the message and the clarification was not clear because they have used Biafra, if they have not used Biafra government, maybe they say, oh, the criminals want to sit at home. It's a different thing. But they have called Biafra government, called Biafra Liberation Army, claim we want to launch our armor tank just to, validate whatever nonsense. And that man will hear from us very, very soon. It does not matter where he is. So, by tomorrow, those who may have had the false alarm and decided to reschedule all the activities can go ahead and reschedule the activities and enjoy themselves. Why those who have heard from us that there is no sit at home from the Biafra government can go about their normal businesses. And I hope those who are concerned about tomorrow is now cleared. We will not call anything off. The thing have generated a lot of concern. But what we are going to say is that if you have had Biafra government making a disclaimer, and you still, for those who did not hear it from us and have rescheduled your program tomorrow, you can go ahead and do as it pleases you. But then, our 60 days lockdown of Biafra, Nigeria institution in Biafra land, will be announced. We are working in accordance with our program for the Biafra Convention in Finland. So everything must be in accordance with what will favor the Biafra government and the interests of the Biafra people. We know what we're doing. The 60-day sit at home ought to have started, but then there is something that we are working on that needed to be fixed before anything like that. So I have come to clear this particular issue of sit at home tomorrow. So those of you who have listened to me and have heard that Biafra government did not declare it, but because they have used our name, they used the government name to declare it, if you heard it and you did not hear our disclaimer today, you can go ahead and sit at home. But the one thing is that the Biafra Liberation Army will be minding their business tomorrow. They will be busy making sure that the terrorist state do not breed. That is their only job. So they'll be minding their business. And of course, we will make sure, as always, that Biafrans are protected. I know that many of them will be shocked with this particular announcement this evening because they didn't expect what I'm saying now. Today, Monday Sit at Home recorded very big compliance. And we thank Biafra people. We have not ended the Sit at Home on Monday, and we still have a long way to go till the December declaration and beyond. You have been trained to make sure that you understand what you are sitting at home for. It is for your freedom and for the freedom of everyone that is being detained, including the leader of the former indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. And Biafra government will continue to fight for him. They are thinking that we are going to abandon him. That's what you see playing out. Oh, let us do so that they will get angry and stop talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's all they wanted to do. But we will keep quiet for a while. And then after that, we'll come again with the dragon fire. No matter what you see the Prime Minister of Biafra doing on social media, don't ever get carried away that I am distracted. Never. As I'm doing what I'm doing, there is a reason for everything I've done. And whatever I'm doing, I have a target. So do not think that those things that I'm posting, I'm just posting it for posting's sake. No, I have a target. And it will stop very soon. Once I am done with what I'm cooking, I will stop. But for now, I will continue to swim the mood with the change and the Olosho very well. Until I will release the bomb. Then everybody will go and rest. Thank you very much, the honorable member of the Biafra Republic government that are listening here, and then also the media team. I welcome all of you. Can continue from here. I will be open for questions, of course.
How many minutes do you have, PM?
I will have the next. How many minutes have I spoken now?
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. We've been here for 51 minutes now. So you virtually spoke for like 45 minutes.
Okay, so let's go the next 20 minutes. And let question be very snappy so we can have a lot of people. 20 minutes. Please, Honorable Raphael, can you keep the time? 20 minutes.
Okay, my PM, sir.
Thank you to everyone for joining. Please, straight to the question. No waste of time. 20 minutes is 20 minutes. So, my Honorable Minister Ajare, the mic is to you now. Say something before we start picking the hands up, please.
Thank you, my boss. I appreciate you. Thank you, my able Prime Minister. Grace multiplied, sir. Fellow Biafrans, these 20 minutes, please let us make it count. Very important. As you're coming into the room, you raise your hands and then go straight to the point and ask questions that are relevant, especially with the season in which we are in, based on the convention, based on the topic our Prime Minister have, talked about. 60 seconds to each question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And please do well to prioritize your microphone by raising your hand. So I start with Prince Emmanuel. Prince Emi Solo. Go ahead, Prince Emi Solo.
Yeah, good evening. Am I coming out?
Yeah, we can manage.
Okay, thank you, sir. My able Honorable Minister of Information, my able PM, good evening from here. I greet you all. My question is not much related to what our PM discussed here, but my question is for all this job our PM is doing for us. The thing is making me to ask myself, how are we sure that if Juna committed any offense on Biafrans? Because there is no media then. The way our people are fighting our PM, fighting everybody that are doing good things, is like we are going to do more investigation where Biafra comes on the Fejuna issue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a very sensible one. It's a very, very sensible one. Like you see, let me use the current one that happened where all of you were part of. For example, the one they call Uchemefo. The same people are praising Uchemefo for what he did when Mazen Kanu was arrested in Nigeria. It didn't end there. The same people, including Mazen Kanu, told you how Tompolo fought and hijacked ship and demanded his release. Now ask yourself, what happened after that? So what I'm trying to say is that you made a very valid point. If Mazen Kanu openly recognized the activities of Avengers, and today they see or he see them as his worst enemy as a result of these criminals that never wanted Biafra that surrounded him. You can judge by yourself about Ifejuna. Thank you.
Thank you, PM. We go to Starman. Starman, over to you.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, PM. It's an honor to be with you here tonight, and I wanted to ask you a question, something that I've been wondering about for quite a while now. About 2-3 weeks ago, we started seeing a flurry of specific figures amongst the terrorists, the jihadists, that were being taken out by the Nigerian military. And I was wondering if that was some sort of orchestrated campaign or maybe even audio killings, because in this Nigeria, you're never quite sure. And I was curious whether that was an orchestrated campaign based on the fact that they want to look like they're, or to be seen like they're doing something, and if that was to garner some sort of optimism or something for recruitment, and what that meant long term, with respect to what we're doing. And then
let me address this one. It's actually for those who believe them. They are all complete lies.
right.
I want you to understand that Shekau was killed more than 15 times. No, it is there. I'm not saying it. It is there. More than 15 times. So, including some of them that they bragged to have been killed. Most of them don't understand English, and the negotiator may not explain very well what is going on. So when they say they have killed them, they will come and brag that military are lying. Have you not seen it?
Yes.
But those who understand the Jimmy, they give them money. Those who understand the Jimmy, when they come to say they have killed them, they keep quiet. But those stronghead, like this, what is it called? The other one that was coming, that was bragging and saying that they did not kill him. That he is here. He's going to do this and do that. Because, he didn't understand the content of the agreement he has with them. And of course, maybe those who are close to him also may have influenced him to come out and debunk them. So he came out and debunked them. I remember that the people that are negotiating this thing is Gumi. Also remember that at the point, $200 million was paid to them. Do you remember? But Dambazu, when he was the defense, yes, Dambazu paid them $200 million. So you think after paying $200 million, they will go and kill them? It's not possible. And again, the people that are fronting them have what I call the Islamic agenda. And they have captured the entire north. The people that claim they killed the people, kill this one, kill that one, but are they not collecting taxes? Captured many places in the northern Nigeria. Have you not read it in the news? That some places are paying tax to them? That is official Islamic State. Did you not also listen to Ned Nwoko? When Gulag, when they buried Gulag, he went there and they told them that this territory you enter now is Boko Haram territory, is Islamic State. Did you ever hear that in the news anyway? So, my brother, what they are saying are all lies. They kill nobody. They give them money to go and fortify themselves more, buy more weapons, and they keep quiet. The same thing is happening when they will come to it. If it is not the way we're exposing and reporting how the Biafra Liberation Army, we're dealing with them, they will be saying the same thing about Biafra Liberation Army. But let them announce it now. Let them just open their mouth and say they killed Biafra Liberation Army. Just that. It has never happened anyway. But they are falling every day. They come to kill us. Have you ever heard that? Oh, yes, Biafra Army. Never. But we are shouting it every day on social media. So ask yourself, why have they not announced about Biafra? Biafra Army will be engaging them, neutralizing them in their own barrack, in their own, the way they call barrack. Have you ever seen, even with the video, have you ever seen them come to say, yes, we have engaged Biafra Army today and we'll kill them? So why are they focusing lately on announcing about the killing of Truji, Bello Truji also? He's still alive. And we remember the time of the Shakal. Remember that Shakal was, if he was killed by his own people. The same people Boko Haram members he was fighting with killed him, if actually he was killed. But you know how many times they announce they have killed a Shekau. Every time Shekau will come out and make a video, they will announce they have killed him. Every time they will come and again, after a few weeks, Shekau will come and make video, and they will say, is it not the person that they said they killed? How many times are they going to kill Shekau? It's the same thing, because Shekau was not, paying attention to the agreement, probably, that his commanders were having with them. So he will come and make video, putting them on shame. So all this target is just for Biafra, nothing else. But like we are out for this. Like I said, if this fight against these terrorists is going to last decade, we are ready. After all, they have been killing us for many years. It is time to defend ourselves, but not just ordinary defense. The difference today is that we are not just defending ourselves, but we have every mechanism in place to defend and fight for freedom and demand recognition. You can't beat everything. I want you to, let me repeat it again. The difference today is that we have the guns they have, we have the weapons they have, we fight to defend ourselves, and using the defense of ourselves, we have conducted a referendum, which is the only most acceptable democratic process in the world. We will use that to generate a document in Finland during the convention, of which we are going to use to demand the recognition of Biafra. That's all. You can't beat everything. They can never. So we will fight to a point that everybody will say, Biafra, come to the table, let's talk and validate your nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And that is very, very reassuring. I'm sure a lot of people will be very reassured by that. Nigeria is still at their old tricks. But then one last question I also have had on my mind for quite a while. A few weeks ago, we also saw Tinubu in China. And I found myself wondering if there was any sort of arms negotiation or deals involved, and if there's any foreign countries, involved in trying to sell arms to Nigeria. And I found myself wondering this because around that time was when Obunigwe ran on one of those their main armory. So I was also even wondering, but this last bit, if for strategic reasons you might not need to equal Kumakia, but I was wondering what if, because I was trying to find all the videos, what type of armor was that? Was it the Ngazru from China or Ngazru from Russia? Thank you.
We don't care where they are buying weapons from. What we care is that when they come, we kill as many as possible in self-defense. So if their weapon is more powerful than our own, good luck to them. Overall, the system. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we move. Citizen Dama, over to you.
Good evening, Honorable PM and the Minister of Information and his team. Honorable Prime Minister, what is your concept of Pan-Africanism and how does it align with your struggle and the concept of Africa's unity in diversity? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Africa unity in diversity can only be possible in a disintegrated Africa. Do you understand me? You have to disintegrate Africa and then form a united force. Just like the same thing Europe did. Nobody is asking question. None of you, the educated ones or the researchers, are researching why is Europe progressing? Why is European Union making progress? Have you ever asked yourself such question and go into research? I want to research on European Union. What European Union did that they have now stand out, above other nations. Let the people who call themselves researchers, who parade these their big names and titles, to go into work and do it, and do the research. In the early 40s, Europe was a war zone. In the early 30s, 20s, Europe was a war zone. When you hear World War I, it was in Europe. When you hear World War II, it was in Europe. Even this same World War III that they are talking about is being fought by Europe. Now, the World War ended. Ask yourself, what did Europe do? That made them stand very, very tall. Sorry. Am I still coming out?
Yes, we
Yes,
can
sir.
hear you. We can hear you.
So what did Europe do that they stand out very tall, and today everybody is running to Europe and nobody is, including those who call themselves professors. They are running to Europe for greener pasture. Do you know why? Because Europe disintegrated and they formed a formidable force. We live here. We know the system. That's why we are fighting, so we can be the Pan-Africanists, especially those who are very, very sensible, shouting Pan-Africanists, knows exactly why they are doing it. I am one of them. And the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is that Africa will get disintegrated and unite to become a formidable force. And of course, many of them will not accept that. So we are not going to the Pan-Africa to start fighting. We'll start from Biafra. Give us our freedom first. We are taking the freedom by force. In the oldies, Finland, Sweden were together. In the oldies, Scandinavia, all the countries that made up Scandinavia were all together. Many of them were part of Russia, USSR. Are you aware of that? And so what happened? What happened? They disintegrated. And after disintegration, they begin to form a formidable force called the European Union. Not only that, inside the European Union, they begin to form what they call Schengen state. They begin to form Schengen. And not every country in the European Union is a member of Schengen state. So you have to attain a certain level of decency in your country for you to be accepted into Schengen state. You know what it means? After disintegration, they begin to form a force called the European Union. It didn't end in the European Union. They also formed a Schengen state where they have a single visa system. So with the Schengen visa, you can travel anywhere. But do you know one thing? Some of the people that are in the European Union are not even allowed to enter Europe, to enter Schengen state. Do you know that? Some of the people that are in Europe, that are not even in the European Union, but are in Europe, they are not allowed to enter Schengen state without meeting some certain requirement. That is the kind of the Pan-Africans that every sensible person is looking for. Disintegrate this nonsense, dangerous diversity, and let the people go on their way, develop themselves, and come together to form a formidable force for the benefit of every African. That is what Europe did. Why can't we do it? Thank you.
All right, we go to the next hand up. Onyechi Kamalu. Onyechi Kamalu, over to you.
Greetings to the Prime Minister of the People's Republic. Greetings to the Honorable Ministers of Biafran government in exile. Greetings to Biafrans all over the world, and greetings to lovers of freedom all over the world. My question to my dearest Prime Minister is, would Biafra be a West African country or a Central African country? I ask because West Africa is very terror inclined, and our Central African and Eastern African brothers behave more like us, whether religiously or culturally or even genetically. That's my first question, sir.
I think you know what is geography.
Yes, sir.
In the map, are we in the west or in the east?
Yeah, I was asking in terms of how integrated we are to the West or the Central Africa,
It is not.
which would be more beneficial
It is
to us.
not about the position of the Biafrans in the map. What matters is the orientation and the system of Biafra. It is not the map. It is not your position in the map that will change, the paradigm. Paradigm changes by the system of the government, which we are bringing better than any country in Africa. So at the end of the day, those people you want to be like, we begin to learn, and they want to be like you. Because we are bringing the civilization that is lacking in Africa completely. That's what we are bringing. So it is not the position of the map. And let me also tell you that as it is today, they call you Southeast. Are you Southeast? You are not Southeast. Right? Look at the map of Nigeria. You are not Southeast. Southeast is Adamawa State. But they called you Southeast, and this idiot who claimed to be educated and the professors, they are all speaking English in Aso Rock. Nobody is asking question. How are you calling the Biafra people Southeast? Who made this thing possible? Who brought this name, and it gave to the people in the old Eastern Nigeria, and they say this is Southeast. And when you look at the map, it's not even in the east. In Eastern Nigeria, it is south. For crying out loud, they use south. The southern Nigeria. Biafra land is in the southern Nigeria, not southeast, not southwest. Southern Nigeria. So I don't know whether the time of the naming of these things that the Fulani man in charge turned it upside down, and the southeast and the Biafra land become Adamawa. Because if you turn it upside down, you see that what I'm saying is the truth. Can you turn the Nigeria map upside down? You will see where Biafra is. It's actually in the southeast. If you turn it upside down. So maybe they turn the map upside down and the person did not know, and then draw the equator and all that and give you a name. And nobody is debunking this thing. I don't know why nobody is talking. No, I mean, and they even give you south. Yet they know it was wrong. And every day they come to social media, they come to television house, and they fault how wrong it was to give some place south. South does not exist in geography, but they gave it and they accepted it, and it has become a global blunder. Who did it? Fulani. And you are a professor, you have doctors in your place, and none of these doctors rose up to challenge the impunity they have done with geography. They accepted it, and today some of them are telling you how they are south. We are not southeast, though. We are south. They give allocation, they give NDDC. All they are after is how to make money. They forget that it's nothing like south, and they accepted it. So, my brother, it is not about the position you are in the map. It is about the system that changes everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. My second question about
Please hold on
the
before you go on.
abandon.
Before you go on.
Okay.
But PM, we have exhausted the 20 minutes. We are using one extra minute. I don't know if you want to extend the time.
All right. I think he wanted to ask something. He said abandoned property.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask about the abandoned property decree, a tool used by Gowon to impoverish Biafrans after the war. Like my grandfather had properties in areas like Port Harcourt. I don't know if the Biafran government, those of us that suffered such losses, we can still reclaim or make official demands, and it will be recognized by the Biafran government.
Everything that has happened is a sacrifice. We are not revisiting that particular issue again. Under Biafra government, we have moved on, and God has blessed us more than those who were used to take our properties. I want you to understand that some Biafrans committed even more atrocities than those who took our properties. Are you not aware? Are you going to compare
I'm aware, sir.
compare the politicians that you have that is representing Nigeria today in Biafra land with those who took your properties? They have done worse than those who took your properties. So God has blessed us with the $20 or 20 pounds. We have been able to overtake many of those who took our properties. So we're not revisiting that again. And that is the assurance that we have to give to every Biafran. So those thinking that we are coming to fight war internally for property that was abandoned, you are coming late. It's not going to happen. We'll move on, build a system that will work for everybody, where everybody will be happy. Nobody will remember property. Property of 1967, we want to begin to claim now. It's a bygone story. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you, sir. Thank you. How about Obi?
All right, one more question and then we go. Because a lot of people are here. And
Okay, we pick win-win. Win-win, your hand is up.
Thank you. Good evening, my Prime Minister. Quick one. My question is, earlier this month, we saw the terrorist himself in Finland, probably trying to convince the Finnish government for something. And
I don't know. Let me stop you because I don't know where you people are getting your information. Who told you they are in Finland? They did not come to Finland. The meeting was held in the United States during the UN General Assembly. So why are people going about to say they are in Finland? They're in Finland to do what? Let them come here and they will watch our horn.
Okay, and also that point was addressed by the Prime Minister in many of his outings. So let's take a different question. Win-win, do you have a different question, or we give the mic to another person?
no,
Biafra
give
is here.
the mic to another person. Thank you.
Yeah, Biafra is here. Go with your question.
Obatobie, good evening, sir.
Yeah, well.
Am I coming out?
You are coming out. I know the voice.
My chairman. Good evening,
Yeah,
sir.
this is your voice.
Because I don't have much.
This is your voice. Can you try to change your voice? Put Ugoke on so that the voice will be cracking.
I don't know. People are saying that, but I want to go straight to my own question. No, my question is this Biafran app. I beg, when is it coming out? I can't wait any longer.
Don't worry, I promise you people that the app is coming. You know that when we do something.
Because I don't see where you don't say you don't reach 100.
You don't reach 101, sir.
So I beg, I don't know what the whole
No, it is coming. Believe me, before this month end, it will be out.
Beg. Okay, the month don't end already. Now don't they count from one?
Believe me, before this month end, it will be out.
Now.
Yeah, we are trying our best to make sure that we'll give you the best.
Okay, so that is my own question. Go on, right, sir.
All right, I think we're going to bring it to the end. So tomorrow, if you have not heard me, the Biafra government, you can sit at home. But if you have heard me, you can go about your business and you are protected under Biafra government and the Biafra land. Nobody will touch you. Nobody will threaten you. You are the people we are fighting for. May God bless every one of you. From here, from me, is good evening. Everyone!
Have, something like this to attend in the future. And I am here to build bridges for those who have connections that can benefit us. I am open for that connection. Thank you.
I can assure you that we have built alliances with countries. And the effect will be felt in due time. I am telling you, it is not mouth. We have built alliance with countries.
And then externally, we have external people that equally support them. The issue of IPOB. There's a lot of funding that comes in there.
Yes. Are you worried? Because an operation,
of course, definitely.
A special operation on the sit-at-home IPOB situation in the southeast.
Yes.
But some of the elements and the leaders of these groups are outside of the country.
Yes. We have repeatedly complained about the issue of Simon Epa. He is in Finland. The Finnish government are giving him all the support and he's doing what he's doing. The comments he's making, people are being killed and nothing is being done. And this is democracy. If the European Union is the one supporting democracy and this is happening and they're not taking action, then they don't mean well for Nigeria. We have said that in clear terms. We need to diplomatically find means of getting him out of whatever it is that he's doing. He must be arrested, he must be prosecuted. Look at it from the other way. Assuming he is in Nigeria and he's doing that to the Finnish government, you think the European Union will allow that happen? They definitely will not. So why are they allowing him to do what he's doing? and likes people like him that are doing such things. Trailing the funds is very critical. I know a lot of the Federal Central Bank, the NFIU, are doing a lot in tracking down how the funds flow. And this is part of what we call the oxygen of terrorism, is logistic, leadership, and funding. Your ability to be able to tackle those things and trail them and deny them the ability to operate will kill terrorism with good governance. Now, you can see the statistics that came in, political will. And political will is not from federal government alone. The states are critical. For me, if I look at the aspects, what do we need? Let's look at solutions. Do we have a comprehensive database as Nigerians? If you go to Chad, Cameroon, and Niger, once you enter, they know you are not a Nigerian. And they have this duty as citizens. Once you speak, the man knows you are not a Nigerian. The next thing he tells you, if he's a taxi driver, he tells you his vehicle has a problem. He's calling the gendarmes. Before you know it, the gendarmes are coming to ask you, what are you doing in our country? We don't have that. That's what we're saying is a holistic thing that we have to do. Every Nigerian has a role to play in what's going on ground. And then we must look at these things and take it up as a challenge. It's not a military or a security.
I said, when I told you, if Mazen Abdikano is looking for 100 people, I promise that I have 50 in me. You have not seen anything. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. But, as they can all work. My own oru, I am a rocha. That Simon Ekpa is not looking anybody's face. The only person I respect in this struggle is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I gave him my word that I will never disappoint him. Before you pick a fight.
It's just like adult in a circle. If they want to exist, they would have no access to anywhere. And the way they are spread all over the country, having businesses, having property, I think Europe doesn't know what they are talking about. In any case, we say we'll talk to them in the language they understand. We'll organize the police and the military to pursue them. That's what we can do, and we will do it.
Today will be in the history as a day the terrorist chief of defense staff, IGP, and all Nigeria terrorist service chiefs appeared at their green Islamic chamber called the National Assembly, the House of Representatives, to cry how Biafra have defeated them. They accused my humble self, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, of sabotaging security in the East. I do not know what kind of sabotage they are talking about, but I want to inform the world today that Biafra Liberation Army killed those who came to Biafra land to kill our women and children. They killed them, and they will continue to do that till the last day we will stay in Nigeria. The sabotage the Prime Minister of Biafra have done against the Nigeria terrorist state is that I rose up to defend the defenseless. I rose up to speak and give voice to the voiceless. I rose up to say enough is enough. You have killed enough and somebody have to do something. That is the sabotage they are talking about. The sabotage that the terrorist Nigeria army we are talking about today is that Simon Ekpa rose up to stop the Islamization of Biafrans, to stop the expansion of the Islamic State in the eastern region of Nigeria. That is the sabotage they are talking about. And if that is what they know to be sabotage, I will be sabotaging them 100 times a week, 200 times a day, 300 times a week, as long as we continue to remain and fight for our freedom from Nigeria. This particular sabotage is globally acceptable.
I said at the time, I wrote an article, I remember at the time, during the war, and I said, Biafra cannot be defeated. People misunderstood what I was saying. I'm saying that once an idea has taken hold, you cannot destroy that idea. You may destroy the people, the carriers of that idea on the battlefield. Yes, this is known. But ultimately, it's not the end of the story. So let's not take this position of don't even talk it. Under my watch, this will never happen. Don't say things like that. Go into that environment and ask, what is it that we can do to make you content, to make you have it, make you feel part of this entity. There's no need. These are the advantages of staying. Listen to some other Biafrans and ask them why they want to stay. This is what we are ready to push as the overall governance authority in this area. But don't go around saying the sovereignty of this nation is indivisible, is not negotiable. All that kind of language, for me, it only makes matters.
Anywhere you are in Biafra land representing Nigeria, carrying gun as a military, as a police, as any security agent in under Nigeria in Biafra land, Biafra does not belong to you. You are staying there illegally and you'll be treated like a terrorist. This is the order of the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government in the homeland. Did you not hear former General T.Y. Danjuma say, if you do not rise up with arms and rely on Nigerian army, you will all die one by one.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Carry gun, defend yourself. If you rely on Nigerian military, you are all going to be killed and you will die. Only Biafra people under this government in exile understood the call of T.Y. Danjuma. He was a general. Do you know better than him? He served Nigeria, fought Biafra war against Biafra people. He is a man who stood up once upon a time and spoke the truth without fear. Today, we understand him very well because we know exactly what is going on. If you think that all this shooting gun in Biafra land, blocking road and making checkpoint, instilling fear and asking people to hands up while they are going on their daily activities will bring us down, believe me, you are joking. The harder you come on us, the harder we go. We will continue to defend ourselves under international law until the Biafra Declaration and beyond that. The time you kill people and go free is gone. Biafra land will be defended ruthlessly like never before.
Musa Nto. Musa Nto. Musa. What Musa
The governor of the state himself obeys the sit at home on Monday, and then the civil servants that work in government house obey the sit at home, and government shut down on Mondays. It means the real governor of Southeast is Simon Ekpa, ruling the Southeast from Finland.
As we move, you follow us.
And then externally, we have external people that equally support them. The issue of IPOB. There's a lot of funding that comes in there.
Yes. Are you worried? Because you know an operation,
of course,
you have
definitely.
a special operation on the sit-at-home IPOP situation in the southeast.
Yes.
But some of the elements and the leaders of these groups are outside of the country.
Yes. We have repeatedly complained about the issue of Simon Epa. He is in Finland. The Finnish government are giving him all the support, and he's doing what he's doing. Comments he's making, people are being killed, and nothing is being done. And this is democracy. If the European Union is the one supporting democracy, and this is happening, and they're not taking action, then they don't mean well for Nigeria. We have said that in clear terms. We need to diplomatically find means of getting him out of whatever it is that he's doing. He must be arrested, he must be prosecuted. Look at it from the other way. Assuming he is in Nigeria and he's doing that to the Finnish government, you think the European Union will allow that happen? They definitely will not. So why are they allowing him to do what he's doing? And people like him that are doing such things, trailing the funds is very critical. I know a lot of the Federal Central Bank, the NFIU, are doing a lot in tracking down how the funds flow. And this is part of what we call the oxygen of terrorism, is logistic, leadership, and funding.
Like this, you will be infected. If you eat me as a meat, or cancer kineri, you know cancer maybe, or you cancer you finish egg, come and eat me as a meat. If you eat me and go to sleep and wake up, you know, you can't eat me.
I am a child of 20 pounds. I am a product and a survival of children and the generation that were starved to death. And I am very, very angry. I'm very, very angry. Instead of that we cannot get this Biafra, I will turn to a beast. I will turn to a beast. I will become a beast. You see those children that you see, you count their ribs. You count their ribs and their stomach are big. You see their stomach swelling up every day. We came from them. This generation of Biafra, we come from them. We come from their survivors. And you know, I will be a beast. I will be a beast for Biafra to come. It doesn't matter what you think about it, but I'm telling you now today that 20 pounds, we are the product, the end product of 20 pounds each. We are the end product of Kwashoko. We came from Kwashoko. Malnutrition, starvation, genocide. But our grandchildren, our grandfather, our fathers, they survived it. They survived it. I want you to document the video I am doing because it will go down in history of humankind. How we are going to get this Biafra, or at least how we are going to disintegrate Nigeria. How we will dissolve Nigeria will go into the history of mankind. And I will be part of it. As some people are beating their chest to be part of the ethnic cleansing, jihad, killing, terrorism in Nigeria, they are beating their hand to be part of bandit. I am beating my chest. I will be part of those that will dissolve Nigeria. It doesn't matter what it takes. I'll be part of it. Now, I can assure you that we have built alliances with countries. And the effect will be felt in due time. I am telling you, it is not mouth. We have built alliance with countries.
Liittyen entinen puhdistus ja kristittyjen vainot Nigeriassa. Sen hallituksen toimesta sekä pyyntö muuta vaikuttaa Biafran itsenäisyysprosessiin Nigeriasta.
Kiitos. Kiitos.
Kiitos.
Nyt on oikeasti tämä koko alue on otettu haltuun. Tämä paikka pitäisi olla nyt jo punainen, koska se on intressipaikka, tämä osavaltio. Se on intressipaikka siellä Etelä-Nigeriassa. Ja sitten tämä alue oli isku.
No niin, ja hyvää huomenta kaikille. Tervetuloa Lahden joulumarkkinaan, ja meillä on kanssa tänään on Kalle Jokinen, kansanedustaja. No niin, terve Kalle.
Terve Timo. Mukava nähdä.
No niin, mukava nähdä taas. Ja onko muutama sana vaihteen kansalle ja lahtelaisille, että mitä tämä vaalihomma mitä on odotettavissa ja minkälainen asia voidaan keskustella?
Nythän ruvetaan kevättä kohti menemään kunnallisvaaleihin ja tehdään kovasti töitä ja vakuutetaan ihmiset siitä, että kannattaa äänestää kokoomusta ja Simonia.
No niin, kuulepa Simonia.
Expose all those ones doing those things, especially people like Samuel Ipa. He's sitting down there in comfort. Some countries are encouraging him to do what he's doing to Nigeria, and we are here supporting him.
Nigeria vaatii Suomea puuttumaan tämän miehen, Lahdessa asuvan paikallispoliitikon Simon Ekpan toimintaan. Tässä Simon Ekpa lähettää viestiä Nigeriaan. Ekpa sanoo, että hän johtaa kapinallisliikettä. Nigeriassa järjestetään presidentin- ja parlamenttivaalit ensi viikon lauantaina, mutta kapinallisliike yrittää estää vaalit ainakin Kaakkois-Nigeriassa. Sinne separatistiryhmä haluaa itsenäisen valtion, Biafran, ja kaikki keinot ovat sallittuja.
Pidätkö väkivaltaa Nigerian hallintoa vastaan oikeutettuna?
Joo, totta kai. Se on niin kuin puolustus. Se on itsepuolustus. Joo, tällä hetkellä minä myös niin johtan niitä asiallisia ryhmiä. Ja meillä oli pakko niin järjestää tämmöistä puolustusjoukue. Ja se puolustusjoukko on tehnyt hyvää työ ja edelleen tekee.
Mitä itsepuolustusjoukot tällä hetkellä eniten tarvitsisi Biafran alueella?
No totta kai me tarvitsemme aseet. Se on aseet. Me tarvitsemme enemmän aseita.
Simon Ekpa on Suomen kansalainen ja hän on toiminut Lahdessa paikallispolitiikassa kokoomuksen jäsenenä. Ekpa on alun perin kotoisin Nigeriasta, missä hän vaikuttaa maan kaakkoisosassa sijaitsevan Biafran itsenäistymisen puolesta. Biafra on koko tämä kartalla väritetty ala kokonaisuudessaan ja Simon Ekpan ilmeisesti johtamat joukot toimivat täällä 5 osavaltion alueella, jotka on merkitty karttaan keltaisella. Ekpa sanoo, että hän johtaa myös aseellista toimintaa. Separatisteja on syytetty väkivallasta myös siviilejä vastaan. Tärkein vastarinnan keino ovat Ekpan separatistien nimissä julistamat ulkonaliikkumiskiellot, eli asukkaat komennetaan pysymään kotonaan. Afrikan kirjeenvaihtajamme kävi Nigeriassa katsomassa, miten käskyjä noudatetaan.
Täältä Enugussa näyttää maanantai-aamuna, kun pitäisi olla vilkkain viikon alku menossa. Joitakuita ihmisiä on liikkeellä, mutta kaupat ovat suljettuja, koulut ovat suljettuja, pankit ovat suljettuja ja suurin osa ihmisistä täällä noudattaa Suomen Lahdesta annettua kehotusta tai määräystä pysyä kotona.
Tuolla Enugun kaupungissa ihmiset pelkäävät. Kirjeenvaihtajamme Pasi Toivonen tapasi tämän perheen, jonka äiti ammuttiin, koska tämä uhmasi kieltoa mennä kadulle. Hän meni torille myymään vihanneksia.
She can give you her all. She can go naked for her family to be okay. She used to say that if she would die for her family to be okay, that she's willing to sacrifice her life.
Nigerian hallitus on keskustellut tilanteesta useita kertoja Suomen Nigerian suurlähettilään kanssa ja vaatinut Suomea keskeyttämään ECPAn toiminnan. Koska ECPA on Suomen kansalainen, valtion mahdollisuudet puuttua hänen aktivismiinsa ovat rajalliset. Suojelupoliisi ja keskusrikospoliisi kieltäytyvät kommentoimasta tapausta. Asia mietityttää myös kokoomusta.
Näettekö kokoomuksessa tämän ongelmana, että lahtelainen kokoomuksen paikallispoliitikko Simon Ekpa yrittää estää vaalien järjestämisen Nigeriassa?
Tämä on sellainen asia, joka on meillä nyt selvityksessä puolueessa ja palataan tähän, kun on tarkempi kuva siitä, mistä on kyse. Paikallisella tasolla arvioidaan ehdokkaat sen tiedon valossa, mitä heistä saadaan, mutta kuten totesin, niin tätä asiaa nyt selvitetään.
A man called Ikenga Imo, when an assassin invaded his house and they wanted to kill him. They are police officers, but if there is no CCTV, they will say unknown gunmen. These are the people that are causing all this crisis in Biafra land. But without that video, everybody has concluded that they are unknown gunmen. Today we have known them. What are the government doing about it? What are the international community doing about it? Every evidences that have surfaced anywhere about CCTV camera, it has always been security agent from the Nigeria state. Nobody is talking about that. That is what we are fighting against. We are defending ourselves and we have armed ourselves to fight Nigeria till the last day. We have done it before. The only difference now is that today we have social media. If social media was there in the 1960s, somebody will do what I'm doing today. In those days, you have a man called Okokondem. Okokondem was broadcasting for Radio Biafra and was propagating Biafra stuff, but because there were no social media, so he would have done even what I'm doing today, I believe so. So this is what will make a difference. And my activities on social media is educating the people, telling them they are right, that you have a right to say no, and you have the right to say yes.
Who's funding you and your organization?
Biafra people are funding my organization.
Not the Tinubu party?
I have nothing to do with Tinubu. And you know, it's very funny. A lot of people said Tinubu paid me 25 million. How is that possible? How is it possible?
You're denying he did.
I don't know who is Tinubu. I have never communicated with anybody close to him. Just like the way they forged the letter. The reason why this letter issue, Nigeria is a criminal country. They breed criminals. And that's what we're fighting against. The reason why the letter on gets sorted out easily and fast was because it was against Finland. And Finland have to officially react to the letter. And the letter went viral. There are so many lies against me out there on social media. Nobody could come and say it is not true. Okay? So that is, and those lies, when they continue to say it and maintain it, it becomes truth. When nobody debunk it.
You talk about criminals. Do you think the candidates for the presidency are criminals?
They are all criminals. Yes, all of them.
Even Peter Obi.
Peter Obi is a criminal.
But he's a southerner, isn't he?
He doesn't. I am not a tribal. Listen, I'm not a tribalist. I'm not a tribalist, and that is what makes us different. We want. If I'm criticizing you, I criticize you with fact and figures. I'm going to tell you how all of them are. Do I explain? One, starting from Atiku. Atiku was indicted in the United States for money laundering. He's a criminal. How do you think if Nigeria is the United States, Atiku will come back and start contesting with the criminal record he has had for money laundering? Tinubu was indicted in the United States for
has engendered this kind of.
From your own perspective, you can translate it and interpret it however you want. But from my own perspective, I think I am the good guy trying to teach the people that they have a right.
So there's no blood on your hands?
There is no blood on my hand. There are more blood on those supporting the election, supporting this particular coming election. They have more blood in their hand. In Imo State, you have a governor that have invaded his own state, killed people, and why are you people not talking about that? Those are the people that have blood in their hand. All the people that have been elected in Nigeria since 1960 all have had bloods in their hand, and nobody is asking the question. I am just the good guy who say enough is enough. Somebody have to say something, and somebody have to do something, and we're doing it.
But couldn't you make more progress if you were in the tent, as it were, rather than out of the tent?
You can't.
In another country.
Sorry?
You're in Finland.
Yes.
So wouldn't it be better if you went back home and did the political thing there?
You should know. You see, I learn from what happened to others. I don't want to put my life in danger because The country, as far as I'm concerned, does not exist. Any country that does not respect the rule of law does not exist.
You're scared you might be killed?
Not everybody. You know that. You can say that as well. Yes.
There's a bounty on
because yes, there's a bounty on my head because Nigeria, they don't, because of the Islamic agenda in Nigeria, whoever that rises up to say something that will, make the life of the people to be better, they want to kill the person. They assassinate people every day. And today you see that there is a video that has been released by a man called Ikenga Imo, when an assassin invaded his house and they wanted to kill him. They are police officers. But if there is no CCTV, they will say unknown gunmen.
Why do you believe in the Nigerian court? Why do you believe in the court of the oppressor? Why do you believe that the arsonist must become the firefighter? Why do Biafrans sit and hope on the court of their oppressor? It baffles me. You people should think of rescue Marvin Ambikanu. The people who committed genocide on him, the people who kidnapped him from Kenya and renditioned him, the people who a couple of years ago attacked his house and murdered too many people. You're expecting justice from them? Or is it the kind of justice he had a few years behind and it was taken away back from him just last year? Biafrans, you people haven't started. Nigeria takes the lead of 70 million people and you sit back and hope on the institution created by the same oppressor? Sit up. I don't count on the courts.
Thank you, and I assure you that Biafrans are doing something about it. And the second to the last question is this. Are you doing anything to ensure the release of Sisiku Julius Ayuk Tabe, first president of Ambazonia, with other activists in jail in Cameroon? Though he was renditioned also from Nigeria, of which after there was a kangaroo court pronunciation in Nigeria that reversed his rendition, which is laughable. So the question is, what are you doing to ensure his release? Mr. Sisiku Julius Ayuk.
The only way Sisiku will be released is when I free Ambazonia. That is why on a daily basis, I am mobilizing our people to make sure that we attack the enemy wherever they show their head. We bomb their armor cars in our land. We make sure that we impose economic pressure on them. We delegitimize.
And then lastly, I want to appeal to those. Let me tone down my tone. Meye na aka unu maka ịpịalụ m aka ọkpọ aka ga-agaghị emepezi until ị kụọ m ya mana ịkụcha m ya ị ga-anakwa ije ahụ because aka ahụ na-apịlụ Simon Ekpa unu agaghị akụnwu ya and unu kụọ ya unu maka nsị eme. I do not fight those who do not fight me. I only fight those who fight me. If you fight me directly, I fight you. If you fight me indirectly, I fight you. And before I fight you, I will give warning. That is me. Makana iha na ano erika. Agha na ano erika. So, and I don't choose agha na ano. I choose the fight. I fight. I don't just fight anyhow fight. But if we fight in car, in fact, now, I want Barrister Jofor to go and meditate and think deeply before he pick up a fight.
Well, what you must know is that Nnamdi Kanu is being held hostage on behalf of the famed unity of Nigeria. That's what it's all about. It's as simple as that.
We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense.
And then externally, we have external people that equally support them. The issue of IPOB. There's a lot of funding that comes in there.
Yes. Are you worried? Because you know an operation,
of course,
you have
definitely.
a special operation on the sit-at-home IPOB situation in the southeast.
Yes.
But some of the elements and the leaders of these groups are outside of the country.
Yes. We have repeatedly complained about the issue of Simon Epa. He is in Finland. The Finnish government are giving him all the support and he's doing what he's doing. Comments he's making. People are being killed and nothing is being done. And this is democracy. If European Union is the one supporting democracy and this is happening and they're not taking action, then they don't mean well for Nigeria.
I look forward to have, something like this to attend in the future. And I am here to build bridges for those who have connections that can benefit us. I am open for that connection. Thank you.
Assure you that we have built alliances with countries. And the effect will be felt in due time. I am telling you, it is not mouth. We have built alliance with countries. For the liberation and independence of Biafra has been led by this government, and it is very, very strong. We build this particular foundation of the liberation on solid rock. Are you not seeing it? We are not shaking. I am standing very, very strong, making sure that I'm taking the bullet that they are firing at Biafra people, because their target is you. They believe that once they take Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out of the way, they will come for all of you. That is exactly what is happening in other parts of Nigeria, because nobody is there to stand on the way for them. And they are annihilating people, killing them, sending them to IDP camp. I told them, you see this face, okay, deceive them very well. They will deceive you. The momentum of the Biafra liberation today have necessitated all the discussion you see. Everybody is talking. Release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Why are they keeping him? Some of them claim that he was not fighting the way I'm fighting, but you kidnap him. Some of them are now addressing him as a gentleman. But you went and kidnapped a gentleman. They say, oh, he's more reasonable. He's not, but you kidnapped him. What were you thinking? All of them contributed money. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was speaking, it was their headache. They couldn't sleep every day. Oh, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he's destroying Alibo. Oh, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he's doing this, he's doing that. Today, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is no longer destroying Alibo. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is no longer causing problem. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is no longer is the good man. Is the only man now that is very reasonable. And I have not even started. Because you see what Agaku Nigeria Igwe. Agaku Nigeria Igwe. And you know the next level is by taking all their terrorist barracks, taking all the government houses. That is the next level we will go. Because it is part of the defense of our land. These places are places where the attack.
And then externally, we have external people that equally support them. The issue of IPOB. There's a lot of funding that comes in there.
Yes. Are you worried? Because you know an operation.
Of course, definitely.
nations you can take on a whole family of 10, conquer and kill them if need be. The battle must be fought in their homeland. The Middle Belt must be totally crushed. They are few and divided. Never trust anyone in the east and not in south. Not even their filthy Muslims who do everything Allah rejects. Get yourself prepared. The battle is near. Please circulate to all Christians. Very urgent. IPOB.
One family.
One family.
IPOB.
Okay. I think before this, our Onyendu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra,
Yes, lovers of freedom. This is our own news today. We are making mighty history. You just watch the main news of today and you watch the prehistory. The way the sea has a new challenge every day, and we are bringing it from new dimensions because we've been prepared. We know the game, we know what they are doing, and we know how to attack them. Our enemies cannot take our land. We understand the history. We understand the history of the empires. We understand the history of Roman Empire, Ottoman Empire, German Empire, Spanish Empire, every empire in this world. Then we know the meaning of this. You see this? You see this picture? This picture you just watch now. From 2nd of December, that is where our war is going to. Then everybody will know that is Usman Dan Fodio. And you know, the land of Biafra cannot be taken by anyone. We are prepared, completely prepared, because we know law and we are using the law, following the law. Thank you, lovers of freedom. Thank you, Ostino TV. Ostino TV, thank you. Thank you. As we call it a day from here, good night. Good night from here. We will be broadcasting and making sure we create the mighty awareness that the whole world will know that Chukwukika Abiyama sent us to this message.